Hi and welcome to Bajerski.com videos on YouTube. This video is regarding one of the, I'm laugh because sometimes when I talk about this crystal, even I can't really explain, and I can't really say it with a straight face because of some of the things that have happened. 10 years ago I was introduced to a little piece of green glass, and the lady who used to be one of my mentors said, "Here, take this in your hand and tell me what you feel." And it was a little ugly piece of glass full of ridges, and I thought, oh, what kind of crystal's that? And she said, "No, close your eyes now and just close your hand." And the most strangest feeling came across me, enfolded me. My hand started to throb, almost to a point where it was hurting. And the rest of my body started almost vibrating or shaking. I could feel something very strange, and I went, "Oh my God, what is it?" And she smiled and she said, "You know, Mark, this crystal has fascinated me for 50 years. And the stories that she told me were incredible. So she gifted this on my birthday, and I'll never forget that, and I'll always be thankful to her for that. Because from that moment on, the journey began, and the partnership between me and Moldavite became intense, even to the point that I've written so many things down about Moldavite, and the experiences with myself and my clients has been one that I know that I'm nearly ready to write a book about Moldavite. I often pulled a piece of Moldavite out of my pocket after that and placed it on the third eye or the throat or the heart of my clients when they were lying down for healing. And I used to come home and say to my wife, "You just wouldn't believe what this little green piece of glass does." And what I noticed over the many years of working with Moldavite, not everybody, this isn't about you picking a piece of Moldavite up and saying, "Oh, doesn't do anything for me," when often it doesn't, because we are not attuned, we are not on that very frequency of feeling because we're too busy with life. But a lot of people, when they're in a state of balance, when they're in a state of peace, they're able to feel. But the most interesting thing for me is when people fell asleep when I was doing the pure energy healing. There were certain patterns that started to happen, which were a profuse blowing from the mouth. And that was quite amazing, really. I thought, wow, where is this coming from? And of course, as a skeptic, as I am, believe it or not, I call myself a psychic and a healer, but I'm first and foremost a skeptic. I really have to believe something before I just simply believe it. That's not, I've not been blessed with that kind of faith. I have to see it. So I wrote that down. This gentleman was breathing profusely through his mouth for the whole of the session. And then 2 weeks later he'd come back again, and I wouldn't purposely put the Moldavite on just to see. No blowing. A couple of weeks later when they came back again to it, same thing. So I started to see patterns emerging. And from there, over the years, the more I used Moldavite, the more I could see that there was something happening on a very, very unusual level. And I would actually find myself trying to listen to what was being said when I could hear words coming out of these people's mouths when they were asleep. What are they saying? What is this language? I am no philosopher. I know nothing about ancient texts and languages, but it certainly didn't sound like anything I'd ever heard before. See, I told you. You feel me? It's crazy. But it happened. And over time, people would buy Moldavites from me and share their amazing stories. People talk about feeling of levitation, spiritual connection to something higher than they've ever felt, going into deep sleep and transcendental, this kind of meditation, and it's so powerful, and flying off elsewhere and all sorts. I mean, it's just, there is no pattern. That's the truth. But there is very something special about Moldavite. Very special. And I'm talking about this now because I want you to know that the first piece I got was probably this size. A little chip. It doesn't matter how big it is. You don't have to pay €1,000 for a piece, or 300 or 400. You can buy yourself a little piece, 30, 40, 50 euros. Moldavite is very unusual. It is not per se a crystal that you and I would know that would come from a ground or a cave or dug. This actually fell to our earth 15 million years ago. So indeed, it is more of a meteorite, but we still class it as something very special under the category of crystals. The crystal of crystals, I call it. The connection to another energy level beyond our world. And if you ask me today, what does it do? If you want to connect to something higher than who you are, if you believe that there is more to life than eating, drinking, sleeping and working, if you believe in your heart that we are not alone in this universe, then maybe this is the crystal for you. It helps to protect, to amplify your energy, and to help you along your journey of life, clearing blocks that you didn't even realize. Moldavite, my dear friends, is a very, very special crystal that was gifted to us millions and millions of years ago by the universe. So I hope this little video helped. I hope that one day when you connect with your Moldavite, you'll send me a message with your amazing stories. And I wish you a lovely day. And if you do want a piece of genuine Moldavite, my website has genuine Moldavites, all being verified by meteorologists, and I check them myself. Have a beautiful day, guys, and good luck with your Moldavite wherever you buy it from, because it's an amazing crystal. Have a great day.